Hey everyone, my name is Amanda Waldhart and you are here with amandasinspirationstation.com. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Weekly Wednesday. I actually have what I think is a really super cute project. I always come on Wednesdays and I do 2 projects, sometimes 1 if it's a big project, sometimes 3. I always sometimes throw in a bonus card. But today we're going to do this adorable little holder, which I'm going to get to in a second. Well, actually, I'll just get to it now. So I was in my local grocery store, and Land O'Lakes has these flavored hot cocoa packets. And I love their packaging. I don't know what it is about their packaging, but I think it's striking. I think the packaging is adorable. And you know, when you see things where the packaging is like adorable, it might not even be anything that you enjoy. Like if you're doing like food, it might not be something that you enjoy eating, but you look at it and you're like, that packaging is so pretty. I want to try it. You know, so like it's such a visual thing for me, and packaging is very pretty. So I really enjoy this. And of course, I saw the vanilla. This is French vanilla and chocolate cocoa mix. So I saw like the vanilla ice cream and I thought right away, share a milkshake. And I'm like, how can I incorporate this? Because, you know, it is French vanilla flavoring hot cocoa, and we're going to use this new bundle, which I absolutely love. This was my very first, the moment I opened this catalog, the very first thing I saw was Love Cats on the right side, which is obviously my favorite. And the second was on the other side was Share Milkshake. Those 2 things are my absolute favorite out of this entire catalog. And I have a lot of favorite things out of this catalog. So they were right away my favorite. In fact, look at, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but my nail technician, she did little black cats for me for my nails. I absolutely love them. They're so cute. Or I can go like this. They're just so cute. Look at the little cats. I hope you guys can see them. They're cute. Okay, so I have to share another little thing. So knowing that this is my favorite bundle, I created this. And I was going the next day to finish this project, and I couldn't find my die for the cherries. And I thought, oh my gosh, did I lose my die? I searched my desk. I searched the floor. I even have this little metal thing that's connected to, oops, I just shook my, the stand that I have that holds my cell phone and my iPad to do these videos. This metal container actually sticks to it. So I even had this and I'm like, nope, it's not in there. Where did it go? Searched and searched. Couldn't find it anywhere. I'm like, oh, I had washi tape on it when I ran it through my cut and emboss machine. I probably got it stuck to something and I threw it away. Very sad. I ended up ordering a whole another set of dies. And my dies have not even come yet. I ordered them, you know, last week. And I found my cherry die. It actually was in here, but it was like wedged like in here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what to say for myself. I had it the whole time. All right. So I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you before, but I'm like, oh my goodness. But it's okay. All right, so second project is just this cute little 3x3 card that you know, you could give as a gift to somebody or your Valentine or somebody special. And inside it just says, life is sweeter with you. It's just a cute little card. Of course, I did use Very Vanilla in my projects, and Stampin' Up! Has basic white 3x3 or envelopes for 3x3 cards. And I wish we had these in vanilla white too. Or not vanilla white. That makes no sense. Very vanilla. But we don't. So I will stick to the white. But all right. We are going to get started. We're going to do a little heat embossing today. We're going to do some die cutting today. We're also going to be doing some coloring of the ribbon. I don't know if you've noticed this ribbon. You probably are like, what ribbon is that? Well, great question. This ribbon is actually our white glitter organdy ribbon, and I took my dark, which we're going to do today, sweet sorbet, and I colored it. And that's how I got the ribbon, that color. I love it. So yeah, super cute. So let's get started. We're going to need some early espresso card stock, and I have it cut at 3.5 by 11. For those of you who also are just joining me, in the link below, always have a project sheet. It's free, it's printable, just click on it. It'll show both of these projects. It'll show the supplies that we use, and it'll give the measurements to both projects. So that is completely free. And if you are not a YouTube subscriber of mine, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. Boy, I'm having a hard time speaking again today. Okay, so we're going to start with our card base, and this is early espresso, and it measures 3.5 by 11. And we're going to score it, and we're going to score it at 6 1/4. We're going to score it at 6 1/2. Oops, you know what? I'm going to do it this way. So 6 1/4, 6 1/2. Well, why can I not get that? There we go. I was having a little hard time with that, and I want to be careful because I don't want to jump the tracks, because if I go too fast, I always jump the track. But if you do jump the track, you can always flip it over and then try to kind of rub it out. That always helps. So we're going to do 6 1/4, 6 1/2, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to do 10 1/4. Okay, that is all the scoring you need for this project. Now, we have 2 pieces of this Country Cottage 6x6 designer series paper. I love this. I think it's so pretty. I love the colors. Now, both of these pieces, I'm using this pattern, and both of these pieces measure at 3 by 3 1/4. We're actually going to put one down here, and then we're going to put one on the inside up here, okay? Now, I do want to round my edges up at the top here along with the edges of this. And Stampin' Up! Used to have a detailed trio punch that is like a corner rounder. So this is, disclaimer, this is retired, but we are totally going to use it. So I'm going to, right away, I'm going to do the first set here because I want to fold this down because this is going to be the flap where the ribbon will tuck underneath it. And then I also want to do the top. Another thing that Stampin' Up! Has retired that has a corner punch on it is the envelope punch board. If you guys still have that, pull that out. On the back side, there is also a corner rounder. Or if you have a corner rounder in your craft room that's not Stampin' Up!, by all means, pull that out. All right, so on one of these, I want to round the corner on the top as well for the designer series paper. So I'm going to run this through, and we're going to do that. So that way I can place this right like that, okay? So I'm gonna get out my Stampin' Seal here. And we're just going to kind of center that right like that. Now this one here, it doesn't matter if you round it because when this flap goes down, you're not going to see it anyway. And because this edge is square, I wanted to keep the designer series paper down at the bottom square. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to place that down like that. Okay. And now let's do some die cutting. Die cutting is always fun. So we need to die cut one of these. We also need to do some punching. And we're going to, let's do die cutting first. let's bring out this beautiful mini. Do you like the color of this beautiful mini? She's a beauty. This is Boho Blue. This is a new color in our cut and emboss machine. And how you can get this cut and emboss machine is by purchasing the starter kit. So we have 3 different options for purchasing the starter kit for Celebration. 2 of the options are exactly the same, except for you can either choose between the Boho Blue mini cut emboss machine for free, or the basic white, our classic white. It's basic white, but it's like our classic color that we have. And you can choose one or the other. So what it is, if you go to the annual, or not annual, I'm sorry, the mini catalog at the very back, we'll just quickly go over this. Nope, I'm sorry. Not this one. Maybe I shouldn't have quickly gone over this. Okay, so during Celebration, at the very back, we have a joining special. So we have 3 options. So this one here is the exclusive Boho Mini machine. It is a value of $63, and you can pick that and $175 worth of Stampin' Up product, and you are only going to pay $129 and tax. Shipping is free, okay? Option 2 is the exact same thing, only you pick the white machine. And then option 3 would be $175 worth of Stampin' Up product, and you pay only $99 and tax, and shipping is free. So how you would get this exclusive color would be how you would join. And to be honest, it's the only time you're going to get it. So it's super cute. So we're going to use that today. So I'm going to place this on there. And I also need to make, I have cut out already 2 of these, but we're going to use them on both projects. So while I'm running this through, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to also run through a little base here, and I'm going to bring that up to the top here. I have this for my vanilla ice cream, and then we might have to run a couple of these through. Maybe we can get the cherry. We are going to need 2 cherries, and I made my cherries out of Petal Pink. So let's do this. We don't need all this paper. We can go like this. All right, let's go ahead and run this through like this. And then we'll need the spoon. We'll need to cut out 2 spoons, and then like the chocolate for the top. So I'm just going to place my hand on the top here to give it a nice firm grip, and I'm going to run it through. We'll set that aside for right now. And then we'll pop these out. So I have a creating card club that I do once a month. And this is the bundle that I chose for the month of January. And my youngest daughter, Ellie, she helps me. I pay her to help me do some like die cutting for me. And poor thing, she had to cut out 16 of these the other day for class, for my club. And she's like, this thing is a pain. I do not like this thing. And I thought, you know, as a beginner, I probably would have felt the same way. But I don't know, poking through these things, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of therapeutic. I feel like I'm playing a game. I'm like, doot, 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 doot. I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. I think she was afraid to rip it out of this, though, because she was afraid she was going to rip it. I'm like, just pull gently and you've got this. So there's that. All right, so we're going to use our cut and emboss machine one more time. And before I lose these, I'm going to put those back in there, because now we're going to need some spoons, and we're going to need some of the... Do you see what I'm doing, by the way? Here's a little tip and trick. I'm actually doubling up on my cardstock, and I'm going to, because I need 2 spoons, and I need 2 of these. Now, I always double up one time on cardstock so that I can cut out 2 at a time. The only time that I don't do that is if it's something like this. If it's really intricate, I do not then do that because it does not work very well and it doesn't cut through. But a lot of times, if it's just something that's just a simple die, I will go ahead and cut 2 out. Now, if it's something I have to stamp first and then die cut, of course, I'm not going to do that because I wouldn't know if the second one underneath would be lined up. But I do just run that through. I go forward and back. And then, don't want to lose those. Now I have 2 spoons. So I have 2 spoons. And then I have 2 chocolates here, which I have to poke out. And there we go. And there's that. And I'm going to put that in the little metal container so I don't lose it. All right, so now that we have that all cut out, let's go ahead and do our ribbon, and then we can just assemble. Well, actually, no, we have to do our, we are not going to do that. You know what, though? We are going to do our ribbon first. Gives it a little time for our ribbon to dry while we stamp and heat emboss. So let's get out our ribbon. So how much ribbon do you need to use for this project? Great question. I never really measure my ribbon. I always just kind of place it like this. And I will put this over it like this. And then I'm going to kind of just guesstimate. I want to leave myself enough room to make a nice big bow. And I don't want to be shy on it. So this would be a pretty decent sized bow right here. So that would be about that. Let's see here. How long is this? About 18 inches. So I'm literally just going to take now the painter side of my ribbon or of my blend, and I'm just going to kind of color it. Okay. I love that you can color this. I actually love the color of how this turned out with the sweet sorbet. I just think it's really pretty. And it's glittery. All right. And we're just going to color it like that. And there you have it. Now you have sweet sorbet ribbon. Isn't that pretty? Except for I see a little spot here that is still white. And I don't want white there. All right. Very pretty. I love how that works. So let's set that aside because now we need to heat emboss for the heart here. You're the cherry on top. I like that. So we're using sweet sorbet again. And I'm going to use the heart punch. There's 2 of them actually that come in a pack. It's the heart pack punch. Now I do need 2 hearts for my projects. One we're going to heat emboss on, one we're just going to use as the back. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to punch out, now that I'm doing this, I'm just going to punch out this one too. And then we can be done with the punch. So I'll set that aside. And I don't want to lose these. Look at me. I'm already losing my pile over here. All right. So let's go ahead and do some heat embossing. I have my heat embossing tool here, and I have my heat tool here. So we need Versamark ink pad. It's nice and sticky. And I have my white embossing powder right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and open that up for right now. So I'm going to get this nice and inked up. and I'm going to stamp. Now I'm going to use my reverse tweezers on this because I don't want to, when I hold it, I don't want to burn my finger. Although I've burnt my finger many times with this. I almost think you're not a crafter if you don't. And I'm just going to flick this, flip it over and kind of flick it off. If you have any like loose stragglers, that's what this brush is for. You can brush that off. And right now I'm just going to set this aside. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this on. So I'll talk a little bit louder. It'll take a minute, but right now it looks like a light white powder. But it's going to actually turn right before our eyes. It's going to turn a shiny, bright white. I don't know. I love heat embossing. I love it when it changes. I think it looks so cool. And I like how it like changes like right before your eyes and you can actually see it changing. It's kind of like fall in Wisconsin. Like you can go outside and for like 2 weeks, the leaves are just such pretty colors. And then all of a sudden, like the next week, it's like, it's not like that, but I do like how it goes from green to yellow, to green to orange, to green to like a Mary Merlot color. All right. So I think it's done. All right, there we go. Let me shut that off. And you can always tell too if it's done. Like if you touch it and it's a little tacky. This is not tacky, so it's done. I do wish though, like see how this one is like really bright? Looks like I got it a little spotty on there. But that's okay. We're just going to go ahead and use it. It's still fine. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's put in our pack like this. And we're going to just kind of place it in there. I'm not adhering the sides at all because what's going to hold this together is the ribbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip the ribbon and tuck it right underneath this flap. I am going to place dimensionals to flap this down. But first, before I do that, I'm going to hold it down and I'm going to tie a bow. So I do want to get that where I'm tying a bow here. Now, I'm kind of one of those, I'm not the best bow maker, although I've gotten a lot better over the years. I think that is why I tend to make my ribbon really long, so I have more wiggle room to make the bow. Like right now, I can tell you I wish I made this bow a little bit longer, or cut the ribbon a little bit longer, but that's okay. It does still look cute. But see how this one's longer? So take it from me. If you like your bows big like that, cut your ribbon longer. Okay, so in the meantime here, I'm going to take and I'm going to place 3 dimensionals on the back here because I want to adhere this down. But I'm going to bring my bow down just a little bit and I'm just going to bring it down like that. There we go. Still adorable, still really cute. All right, so now let's get out all of our little pieces here. So first of all, you can, and I'm going to just place a little bit of Stampin' Seal here, and I'm just going to place that over top. Now, of course, it's going to be sticky, but you're covering it with this, so it's not going to matter. So I'm going to use dimensionals for this as well. And we all go around and use all of our dimensionals, correct? All right. I'm going to pop that up over top like that. Super cute. And I'm going to use dimensionals for all of this. So I'm going to place a dimensional on the back of that. I'm going to place a dimensional. Let's get... Oh, I have one of those sheets that where I go to peel and it's like taking it all with. All right, so now I'm going to place this down here. I'm going to place the ice cream on top. Now, for the little chocolate, I'm actually going to use a mini glue dot here. And I'm going to place that like that. Same with the spoon. I'm actually going to put a mini glue dot on the back of the spoon here. And I'm going to kind of tuck that in there. Tuck that in there. Okay. And then for the little cherry on top, I am going to use a mini dimensional. And we're going to place that over here to the side. There you go. Super cute. It's just an easy treat holder, very easy treat holder, and it's super cute. All right, so now that we have that, let's make our adorable little 3x3 little note card. You could give this to somebody at work, maybe that you work with, or, you know, set this on somebody's desk. All right, so we don't need the envelopes right now. All right, so our cardstock here is 3x6, and you're going to score it at 3, and then you're going to fold that down, and then you're going to use your bone folder, varnishing that crease right there. All right, so I have 2 pieces of Very Vanilla. One is going to be our mat on the front of our card, and one is going to be for the inside of the card. But both of these measure at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then the designer series paper that I have measures then at 2.5 by 2.5. So the measurements are pretty simple on this one. So we're just going to place our designer series paper flat to the mat. And then we're going to place that flat to the card. Now, I'm going to save these pieces for the inside for last. Let's go ahead and decorate our card since we have all these little fun pieces right now. So, again, we're just going to place like a little piece of that Stampin' seal there to secure that. I'm going to use my dimensionals for this. See, look at, I'm getting where it's like peeling up. This must have been from the same pack. It doesn't happen very often, but every once in a while I get a pack that's like that. Okay. So I'm going to stick this like that. Same with these. We're going to do the exact same thing that we did putting the other one together. So we're going to need a mini one for the back of the cherry. And then we're going to need the mini glue dots. So let's place that down first. Let's place this down first. What I like about these 3x3 little note cards is, first of all, they're adorable. But second of all, like once you have it cut, you can really pop out a lot of these. Like if you needed to make a bunch of these, or you wanted to make a bunch of these up for somebody and put like in a little like cute container and give them away as a gift. Little note cards are so cute. These could even say thank you on the inside. You're so sweet. I mean, what a great thank you card, you know? All right, so let's put our little cherry on top here. So there is our little 3x3 note card. So now we just have the inside, and we are going to stamp Life is Sweeter with You. And then we're also going to place this little strip. I will be honest, this little strip here was part of the scrap that was for me cutting this. And I thought, oh, well, we could totally use this scrap. So I don't always save my scraps for the insides, but I try, like I've been really trying to do that lately. Like if I have a little scrap, I like to just take it and put it on the inside. It just adds that extra little touch of love. That's what I'm going to call it, touch of love. All right, so now I probably, I know it's not probably, I know I should have stamped first before I adhered this piece of paper. And the reason why is because if I messed up this stamp, I would want to flip this over and use this. But good thing I did not. And I did it right. But normally, don't, here I am trying to show you how to do this. Normally stamp first and then put this down, because otherwise, if you messed up, you would be just ripping it off. All right, so then we're going to place it on the inside. And there you have it. There is your cute little 3x3 note card, along with your very cute little 3D pouch with your little treat in it. Cute. I love it. Another thing you could do is decorate the envelope here. I wish I had an extra piece of that paper. That would be cute. Even if you did solid color, you could do solid color cardstock, or you could do the designer series paper. That would be cute as well. So I hope you enjoyed these projects. If you like it, please make a comment or hit the like button. I would love for you to hit the like button. It lets me know that you enjoyed the projects. And I will hope to see you next week for Weekly Wednesday. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thanks for watching me. Have a great day. Bye.